18.
Good evening and welcome. This is ATN Global News at 9. First, the headline. Governor Oberewori meets Okwama Ewu leaders. Tinubu begins nationwide project inauguration. CBN sacks 200 workers amid hardship. Car explosion kills one in Syria. Paul Okoye marries girlfriend. Ifoma, Manchester United win FA Cup.
Every day
And now the details. River State Police Command says it is aware of a press conference held on May 23, 2024 by a member of the civil society organizations regarding the death of one Okireke Abraham Chukwudi, who was a suspect in police custody. The police, in a statement by SP Grace Iringa Koko, police public relations officer, would like to know a member of the Degbam secret cult gang. He and his accomplices are also members of the Degbam cult group. It further said the case of the death of the suspect has been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for discreet investigations to ensure a thorough and impartial examination of the circumstances surrounding this incident. The police PPRL reiterated that the command remained committed to ensuring transparency and accountability throughout the investigative process. Governor Sheriff Obi Delta State met for the first time yesterday in Asaba, the state capital, with leaders of the strained Okwama Ewu community in Ugeli South local government area of the state. Precisely 70 days after troops of the Nigerian army invaded and destroyed the riverside town. He promised to start the process of rebuilding the community with a health center and school, which the army destroyed in the aftermath of the killing of 17 military personnel, reportedly on a peace mission at the Okwama community. Secretary General of the Ewu Kingdom, Edewo Egedegbe, Honorable Belvis Odogbo, Victor Akemo, and other leaders attended the meeting. The chairman of the management committee of the Ewu Internally Displaced Persons, Abraham Ogbodo, was also at the event. Governor Oborewori said his administration was committed to rebuilding the town in collaboration with other stakeholders. He called on the Okwama residents to relocate to the IDP camp in Ewu. He said relocating to the camp would help profile those affected and attend to their health and other social services, adding that the government would spare no effort in championing peace and development in the community. The governor charged indigents of the town to uphold the ideals that would positively affect their ancestral homes. Analysts have stated that the impeachment of River State House of Assembly Speaker Ayabem is in line with the Constitution. Speaking on the effect, Daniel Momo on Atlantic Television Open Conversation stated that the majority of the House of Assembly members formed a quorum.
And they don't need any God from anywhere. They don't need you to, even if it is not about looting or something. Even when they feel that you do not represent them well, that feeling alone, once they form a quorum, they can impeach you. These are all tenets of the rules that governs the House. So this idea.
Mama further frowned at the idea where public office representatives disregard law whenever it rules against their interest.
That once you are impeached, and then you come back to say you are okay, what do they need to impeach him? Do they need more than 17? because I don't understand it. The fact here is that what I watched on TV, except if it's another one, in fact, there was an attempt.
Governor Basi Otu of Rivers State has called on the National Boundary Commission, NBC, to properly delineate state boundaries, especially the ones between the state and her neighbors, to reduce incessant skirmishes that have often led to bloodshed. A delegation of the National Boundary Commission, led by the Director General, Surveyor Adamu Adaji, who was accompanied by directors, assistant directors, and surveyors, visited the state governor, who was represented by his deputy, Peter O'Day. The governor said NBC should revisit ancient mappings done by the colonial masters, which have over the years failed to maintain peace, as this was done for economic benefits rather than in the interest of the people. Otu's representative, Peter O'Day, who is also chairman of the State Boundary Committee, emphasized that NBC should develop new mapping instruments and strategies to benefit the state and the interstate boundaries. Remarking, Director General NBC Surveyor Adamu Adaji noted that it is a fact that clearly defined and demarcated boundaries are essential for peaceful coexistence and cross-border cooperation. National Chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, has been suspended from the party in Ward 3 in Arue Uromi in Eson Northeast local government area of Edo State for alleged high-handedness and anti-party activities. A letter of suspension dated May 14, 2024, and another letter of ratification dated May 15, 2024, both of which were ratified at a meeting of the State Executive Committee on Friday night in Benin, stated that the suspension is with immediate effect. It advised Abure to stop holding out a parading himself as a member of the party. The letter of suspension was signed by the ward chairman, Thompson Ehiguese, and ward secretary Stanley Usiomo. The letter of ratification of the suspension was forwarded to the State Executive Committee of the party through the state chairman and LG Secretary Ehikyoya Eremosile. The State Executive Committee, led by Kelly Ogbaloy, endorsed the decisions of the Ward and Local Government Committee of the party. Meanwhile, National Working Committee of the Labour Party on Saturday voted the suspension of its national chairman, Julius Abure. The committee said the Edo State chapter has no local standing to take such action without recourse to its constitution. National Publicity Secretary of LP, Obiora Ifo, described the suspension as illegal and unconstitutional in a statement on Saturday in Abuja. Ifo stated that Article 17, subsection 1 of the 2019 Constitution of the Labour Party is clear that only a national convention arranged solely for the purpose of his suspension with a 2/3 majority can suspend or remove the national chairman. The embattled national chairman was suspended by his ward in the Arue Uromi area of Eson Northeast local government area in Edo State for alleged high-handedness and anti-party activities. Independent National Electoral Commission has announced a change in venue for the upcoming continuous voter registration in Edo State following severe flooding at its state headquarters in Benin City. The flooding caused by torrential rain on Friday damaged the building and its contents. National Commissioner and Chairman of the Information and Voter Education Committee, Olumekun, disclosed this in a press release on Saturday. Olumekun said the resident electoral commissioner for Edo State, Dr. Anagbomonoha, reported that both movable and immovable items, including parked vehicles, office furniture, and equipment, were sorry as youth protested, and the death of the crane operator, who also hails from the host community. Police public relations has commenced on the matter. Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps has issued a 23-hour eviction notice to illegal occupants squatting under Ijora Bridge. This was announced by the State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokumbo Wahab, in a post on X. The notice gives the illegal occupants a 23-hour ultimatum to vacate the area, after which KAI operatives will take action to remove them. The Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps has issued a 23-hour eviction notice to illegal occupants squatting under Ijera Bridge. Analysts have blamed action of the Lagos State motorist who zoomed off for an unidentified reason with a police officer in his vehicle. Reacting on Atlantic blowout, a public affairs analyst, Loveday Dandy, stated that it is an offense to make away with an officer of the law for an unknown reason, especially in a moving vehicle.
To save his own life. The driver didn't even want to care anything. Let me just take them to anywhere. Who knows whether the driver wanted to even drive them into a pit or whatever and all that. And
was eventually obtained around 8:30 a.m. Traffic in the area is gradually resuming normal flow as our correspondent reports that the traffic is already getting to the Wawa-Arekpo axis of the expressway. Fire service putting out fire from the exploded fuel tanker at Ibafo, Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Daniel Ayantonye emergency operatives remain on the ground to assist in easing the traffic congestion caused by the incident. Trade spokesperson also confirmed the incident. 2 women have lost their lives after being struck by lightning during the rain in the Festac area of Lagos State. Police spokesman in the state, SP Benjamin Hondengi, made this known in a post he shared on X. Hondengi said that the incident happened during the rain on Friday. According to him, the victims live in a shanty built under the high voltage wires. The spokesman sympathized with the deceased and prayed that their souls rest in peace. Legal practitioner G.U.J. Wahale have explained that the Ekiti State High Court judge ruled in line with the Constitution in a recent matter that borders on death sentence in the state. Speaking on ATN Saturday, G.U.J. Wahale stated that it is in line with the Constitution for a judge to mint a death sentence
under the Robbery and Firearms Act 2004. If you look at the law very well, Section 1 of that law provides that if you are guilty of robbery, you'll be sentenced for imprisonment for 21 years. You will go for 21 years imprisonment if you are guilty of robbery.
Okay.
Now, when you look at subsection 2, it steps it down to say if that robbery is now with arms, weapon, knives, cutlasses, things you can use to kill or injure another person, then upon conviction of such offense, the person will be liable to death. It becomes a death sentence.
Wahale also explained that the Constitution is in place to severely punish individuals or groups who are involved in aiding and abetting criminality.
In any way, or you procure amenities, you procure guns, or any form of dangerous weapon upon which they use it to go and rob. You who actually procure, aided, conspire, whatever position you took with respect to such robbery, you will also, upon conviction, be liable as if you were a principal offender. It simply...
Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps under State Command says its personnel have arrested a 40-year-old in Akure, the state capital. In a statement by the public relations officer of the Corps, Aidamembo Daniel, he said that the Achibong was arrested for molesting his own daughter, who is 14 years since she was 8 years. In another development, the public relations officer also disclosed that the suspect, Agu Nzube Matthew, has been arrested for allegedly duping one Mr. Mba Daniel of 5.94 million. And to him, a complainant had a parcel of land acquired by a well-known person in Enugu, and a compensation was promised. Also, Daniel said that a 28-year-old man, Ojo Oluwashola, male, was arrested at Ifeoluwa community village, Akure, while attempting to steal a vehicle in the community, saying that the suspect was apprehended by the community and handed over for profiling and investigation. The spokesperson said that the suspect had confessed to a crime of car theft and that he would be charged to court after the completion of the investigation. Academic Staff Union of Universities has decried the silent treatment of the federal government and called for the implementation of the late Nimi Briggs-led negotiated agreement. Ibadan Zonal Coordinator ASU, Professor Oyebamiji Oyegoke, said this in the company of other chairpersons in the zone at a news conference in Ibadan. Oyegoke said the negotiated salary of its members had not changed since 2009, as the government had yet to commit itself to negotiated welfare packages for the academic staff. He identified the pending issues as non-completion of the renegotiated 2009 FGN ASU agreement, inadequate funding of public universities, and non-release of arrears of the earned academic allowances. Others are the albatross of the integrated personnel and payroll information system, the proliferation of universities, the arbitrary dissolution of governing councils of public universities, and dictatorship in some Nigerian universities. Oyegoke lamented the high number of deaths recorded due to overwork and poor remuneration, saying it lost 60 members from November 2023 till February 2024, apart from the attrition being experienced. It's now an offense for families who lost their loved ones to organize wakes beyond 10 p.m. in Benue State. The state has also prohibited farming on empty, unfenced plots of land in front of any premises, on the street or by the roadside within urban areas, farming on undeveloped areas of government offices or quarters or in the Nwifuru-led administration. It confirmed that some of the opposition parties, including the Action Alliance, Labour Party, Social Democratic, their candidates successfully participate in the election. According to him, this demonstrates that the Nwifuru-led administration has provided a level playing field for every political party to carry out its legitimate activities in the state. You're watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. We'll be back after the short break. Stay with us.
Up and down like this now.
I hope nobody carry belly.
Why you ask? Oh?
Because this road where they see is
vote for government, but we not get good government.
So,
Road so e no dey, light o usa, the infrastructure nko e come turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
corruption, well everything. Hello? Madam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
No vex. Now my phone be like that. Hello?
Are you there?
I hear, I'm here.
We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way too.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
I don't get a lot. Boy, they won't booga me small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say, nothing. Okay, now, we'll go block later. You remember that contract we will do that time now? They don't pay.
But first, you see the house rent with the whole things. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap am.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shark beer in our house, I supposed pay that one. You remember say me and tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy am now.
Okay, they pay you money now. We don't they beg caretaker? We they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time. Money can't come now. You won't divert am. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe.
Many thanks for staying with us. Welcome back to the rest of our stories. Proposed mass wedding of 100 orphans in Mariga local government area of Niger State was held privately. The wedding was that the people were not aware of the attack until it was too late because of the rains and thunderstorms. They added that the terrorists went from house to house. Control in a statement by the command spokesperson Adegbulugbe Olumide, the controller died suddenly in early hours of Saturday. Olumide said that Onyu was in the office until 6 p.m. on Friday until his demise. His sudden death is a colossal loss to the entire defrauding his friend the sum of 1,942,000 naira with the agreement that he will give him United States dollars equivalent. Spokesman of the command DSP Lawan Shisu Adam confirmed the arrest in a statement. It said on receiving the report, detectives attached to Hadejia A division swung into action where the suspect was arrested and immediately transferred to SCID Dutse for discreet investigation. DSP said on interrogation at SCID Dutse, the suspect confessed to the commission of the offense. He further mentioned one Yahuza Mokhtar of Kuna Quarters, Dala local government, Kano State, and Suleiman Yahaya as his accomplices, where they were equally arrested. All the suspects confessed to the commission of the offense allegedly against them, and they will be taken to court. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says over 250 people associated with drugs abuse have been arrested. In 18 to 63 years were arrested in 2023, while 567 kilograms of assorted drugs had been intercepted by the agency. State Commandant of NDLEA Hassan Sani Abubakar made the disclosure at the Cultural and Moral Sensitization of Youth Council against the surge of drugs and cultism in the 11 local government areas of Katsina Central Senatorial District, saying out of him. A statement signed by the media aide to the Senator Muhammad Lawal Gwanda explained that 110 youth selected from the 11 LGAs of the Senatorial District participated in the program. Tension has enveloped Kano State over alleged Kano State Governor Alhaji Abar Kabir Yusuf has ordered his immediate arrest. The governor, his deputy, Comrade Aminu Abdul Salam, and other top government functionaries have taken over the Emir's palace in an effort to prevent the deposed Emir's forceful return. A statement by his spokesperson Sanusi Bature said the arrest of the deposed Emir for violating the laws and his directives. Already, the deposed Emir Aminu Ado Bayero was said to have been brought back to Kanu and was at the Nasarawa Emir rest house adjacent to the Ministry of Works, while Governor Abba and his deputies stayed put at the Emir's palace after taking the reappointed Emir Muhammad back to the police. Declared that being reinstated was a divine blessing. Kanu Muhammad Usain Gumel, who addressed newsmen at the headquarters, said the police and all security agencies in the state won't carry out the order. He said they were obeying the court order that restrained the state government from enforcing the new law that reinstated Lamido Sanusi as 16th Emir of Kanu. With him at the briefing were Emil Falala, M.A. Sadiq, Army Commander, I.S. Abdullahi, Federal Safety Corps, and Suleiman of the National Center, among other heads of security agencies. But in a swift reaction, Kanu Deputy Governor Aminu Gwazo said there was nothing anybody could do to change Sanusi's reinstatement. The Deputy Governor accused the police of escorting Bayero back into the state, saying that the state government was doing everything possible to avoid bloodshed. Office of the National Security Advisor has denied an allegation that the NSA Nuhu Ribadu facilitated the return of the dethroned Emir of Kanfor. The office of the NSA, Zakari Mijin Yawa, described the allegation as untrue. Earlier, the state deputy governor Aminu Gwazo accused Ribadu of facilitating the return of the dethroned Emir. Reacting to the allegation, Mijin Yawa said Ribadu did not provide the aircraft that returned Ado Bayero to the state. He, however, implored politicians to exercise caution in their speech, saying it could potentially undermine the diligent efforts of security agencies. In a short video interview at the Emir's Palace in